high functioning, which made it easier for me to get what I needed to get through the day. When I would get into trouble, I could simply buy my way out of it. And when people wanted to confront me about my actions, I simply could say, I'm very successful in the world of business, so go mind your own business. And that worked for a very long time. So by the age of 32, I was one of the largest real estate brokers in the country. I was a franchisor. I had properties in over 14 states. I owned over 300 properties myself personally. I had a fleet of cars, a fleet of boats. I had my own plane. I was a pilot. I flew a plane to work in multiple states. I had over $100 million in assets. And when the market and the economy crashed in 2007, 8, 9, I crashed it. I lost everything. About 6 months previous to where that market crashed, I had met a young woman that I was living with. She was very in tune with my issues and my addiction. I went home after I learned that the bank that I was financing all of my investments through had shut down, which basically shut me down. And I told her that if she was there for all of those things, the door was there because it was all going to be gone instantly. And she basically looked at me, told me that she loved me, knew that I could do that again, and she asked me to get help to get myself clean and sober, which I did. That woman today is my wife. We've been married for 13 years. We have 2 beautiful children. We have 4 dogs, and we have a great life together. I've been sober for over a decade. And within that, through my journey of sobriety and getting the help that I needed, raising my hand and admitting my truth and asking for people to help me and show me the way, I was able to start helping others and start to try to show them the way. I started working with physicians. I started working in detoxes. I actually worked and purchased diagnostic labs. And I started to understand that when you're using compounds or drugs that you get on the street, those compounds are very similar to the prescriptions that a physician will give you. And so what occurred to me was, if you're using these street drugs and you're going to get help and you're giving these prescriptions, which are compounds that are very, very similar, really what was happening, based on my opinion, what I was seeing is people were just transferring an addiction to a drug that you get on the street, to a drug that you get in a bottle with a fancy label on it that the doctor has to write out for you. And I saw that cycle. What was going on is people are coming in to get help. They get quote unquote help on prescriptions, and they're hooked on the prescriptions, and they can't get those, and they go back to the street. Then they just keep cycling all the way through. Like Richard, and he did an amazing job. You're a haircut away from being the CEO because you have it down very well. I had a lot of books. I'm kind of a nerdy guy like that with nutrition and supplements and things like that. I spent a lot of time in the gym my entire life, and I started researching natural ways for people to try to get help. And I learned about a compound or an ingredient or a molecule, CBD. And my issue that I had was because of my experience with fitness. I knew that absorption was the problem. I knew that most of the things that I would take from a supplement standpoint would not absorb into the body based on the form of them usually coming from plant extracts and things along those lines. So it was frustrating because I couldn't find a solution to what I thought would be something that could work for people that were trying to get clean and sober and not have to go through the current protocols of what were being given. So I was able, through a friend, to meet the gentleman that we heard that actually created this revolutionary technology. I was able to speak with him, come to his lab, and he was able to educate me on the synergy between the curcumin and the CBD and how that had worked for his father and many others. I tried the products. I loved them. I tried Limitless. I loved it. I will explain Limitless a little bit more. Limitless it's a nootropics formula. And what's happening is, in our state that we live, our bodies are functioning, our cells and neurons are communicating. That's how we're getting directions from our brain to our body to kind of make everything do what it does on a daily basis. When you take Limitless, this is making your neurons communicate faster and more optimal than they normally would. That's why everything is more clear. That's why everything is more organized. That's why you're faster. You can lift more weight. You need less rest in between. You're actually getting your body to perform at an optimal level, even your breathing. Because the communication that makes all of that work is happening quicker and more optimal. So you as a human being are performing at a higher level in every function that you normally would. And that's why everybody loves Limitless, because you feel better, because everything's doing what it needs to do at a higher level, right? So that in itself is an amazing product. So we got into that, and then of course we just have continued to innovate and formulate new ways to be able to deliver nutrients and or ingredients or molecules to the body to make it work better. That's what our body wants. When I brought all of these ideas and I was thinking about it, you know, to be honest, after I got clean and sober, I was very fortunate in business. I did very well. I used to flip houses before flipping houses was on TV and people did all that. That's what I've done my entire life. I was able to do extremely well, became financially independent for the second time in my life, and I just wanted to give back. You know, I wanted to make amends for all the people that I had hurt and all the things that I had done. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with these products after I had, you know, spoken to this gentleman and his partners at the lab, and we all agreed that we wanted to help people and take this to market, I came up with the idea of doing it in direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing, however you want to define it. And the reason I did that is because as an entrepreneur, everybody deserves a chance to own and operate their own business. In today's world, as we just have seen in 2020, we don't know what's going to happen. And I know from my experience, given the right tools, given the right information, and getting myself into the right mindset, I can accomplish anything. Right? And I know some of you are probably a little bit younger than I am. I'm not going to disclose my age.
You're 16.
I'm 16. I'll be 17 next week. I got my driver's permit. But from a very young age, I will tell you, I was making over $1 million a year when I was 24. And that was something that most people could not understand. And I did that because I told myself I could do that. I did that because I set my mind, and I'll be honest, I set my mind, and because people were telling me I couldn't, that actually made me want to do it more. Because I'm like, there's one thing with me. Tell me it can't be done, I'll do it. That's what BIOREIGNS does. So I wanted to create something that people could not only feel a benefit from physically, emotionally, mentally, but also financially. So that's what BIOREIGNS is. You know, you can become a rep of BIOREIGNS, join our team, join our family for like 60 bucks and have your own business, your own website, be able to work with these products, show people how it does, and they can join. We make it affordable. All of our products are very affordable. We compete with all of the other products in the market, even though they don't have the technology. And the reason I've done that is because I want everybody to be able to use these products. I want everybody to be able to build their own business. Like Dan and Twan, they've taught me. I don't come from this world. I didn't know really anything. They came in, this is what you need to do, and we built these models for people to start with 60 bucks with an unlimited earning potential. And it happens in this business. It happened to them. So that's why I want to do that. I'll tell you guys, I get on these calls with my wife, and I work with my wife on a daily basis, I know you're very driven to make money. She's very driven to spend. And so, you know, we gotta keep going in that direction, right? So she's amazing, and we get on these calls and we hear these stories of how BIOREIGNS is changing people's lives with their business. You know, people that are quitting their jobs. I'm doing this full time. This is amazing, and that really touches our heart because it is changing people's lives. And you know, if you are able to build your own business with a solid foundation and a network behind you, you can pretty much already predetermine your income, or at least calculate it within a statistical variance, which is what I do. I'm actually a statistics finance major. That's what I went to school to do. You can pretty much understand with the right mathematical equations what you're going to earn and what your growth is going to look like. To put it in perspective, BIOREIGNS grew 5x in 1 year. So to put that in perspective, if you are working with someone, say you come into this business and you follow the same growth rate that BIOREIGNS does, let's say you sign up in the first month, you sign up 10 people, you sign up 10 people for 4 months, you have 40 people. If you 5x that in 1 year, you have 200 people. And the great thing about this is if you're in the beginning, which we're in the beginning, then you're finding people that are finding people that are finding people. That's building a network. That's really what entrepreneurs do. Really, it's about the network. If you've ever heard it's not what you know, it's who you know, that's how we're successful in this business. And we just do it one day at a time, one contact at a time. It's a numbers game. You know, I'm the kind of guy where I don't need to hit a grand slam. I just need to keep hitting singles. I keep needing to talk to people. I keep needing to just be who I am and share my story and share these products and show people, hey, these work. And that's really what I think is so special about what we do and all of the amazing people that are part of this company, this family, this team. So with that, I do appreciate everybody's time. Is there anybody that has any questions or anything that I can answer while I'm up here? Or anything at all? Okay.